My son used to hear voices coming from his closet. He passed away, but now they started speaking to me. I moved back into the house 6 months after Ethan died. Everyone said I shouldn't, that I needed a fresh start somewhere else. But I couldn't leave. This was where he grew up, where he took his first step, where he died while I was 3 states away at a conference I didn't even need to attend. Carbon monoxide poisoning. Silent. Painless. They told me. Like that made it better. I found him when I got home, still in his bed, looking like he was asleep. The guilt was a living thing. It had weight. It had teeth. I'd ignored him for months before it happened. He kept saying there were voices in his closet, people talking to him at night. I thought it was nightmares, an overactive imagination, normal kid stuff. I told him there was nothing there. I told him to be brave. I told him to stop making things up for attention. I never believed him. Now I lived alone in his room, sleeping on an air mattress surrounded by his things, because my bedroom felt too far away from him. Pathetic, maybe. But it was all I had left. The first time I heard the whispers, I thought I'd finally cracked. 2 a.m. Faint voices drifting from his closet. I sat up, heart hammering, and stared at the door. The sounds were so quiet I could barely make them out, like children murmuring in another room. I opened the closet. Empty. Just his old clothes and boxes of toys I couldn't bring myself to donate. But the whispers didn't stop. Every night, always at 2 a.m., always from the closet. On the 4th night, I set up my phone to record. I couldn't take it anymore. I needed proof I wasn't losing my mind. When I played it back the next morning, my hands started shaking. Multiple voices, children, all speaking in unison, chanting numbers with eerie precision. 4, 7, 3, 9. I replayed it 6 times before it hit me. 4,739. Our old address. The house we lived in until Ethan turned 4. He wouldn't even remember that place. We'd moved when he was so young. So why were voices in his closet reciting that address? I found the records online within an hour. The house at 4,739 Maple Drive. In 1987, a family of 4 died there. The parents. 2 children, ages 7 and 9. Cause of death: carbon monoxide poisoning. My throat closed up. I read it again and again. The voices weren't haunting Ethan. They were trying to warn him. That night, the whispers came back, but they weren't whispers anymore. Check the vent, check the vent, check the vent. Screaming, desperate. Children's voices raw with urgency. I lunged for the closet and tore through it, throwing aside boxes and clothes until I found the carbon monoxide detector mounted inside on the back wall. Unplugged, covered in dust, my vision blurred. I picked it up with trembling hands and checked the plug date on my phone's old photo. I documented everything back then, every mundane detail of our lives. There it was, a photo from 13 months ago. Me, smiling, holding the detector with the caption, "Finally fixed the false alarm problem." Ethan had been complaining for weeks, said the beeping woke him up at night, that the alarm kept going off for no reason. I tested it, checked the batteries, called it faulty, so I unplugged it. 1 month later, Ethan was dead. The detector was never broken. It was doing exactly what it was supposed to do, and my son heard it. He heard it beeping and didn't understand what it meant, so he told me there were voices, sounds, things trying to tell him something. And I told him he was making it up. I killed him. I collapsed against the closet door, the unplugged detector still in my hands, sobbing, choking on air that suddenly felt too thick. The voices went completely silent. Then, so faint I almost missed it. One final whisper. "We tried to save him. Now we're saving you." That's when I smelled it. Faint, sweet, wrong. Gas. I ran to the basement. The furnace was leaking. A slow hiss of poison into the air. How long had it been broken? Hours? Days? I grabbed the detector, sprinted back upstairs, plugged it in. Nothing. No beep. No alarm. No sound at all. I stared at it, waiting, praying for the shrill warning that would mean I still had time. Silence. The smell grew stronger.